Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea Ali, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to create this autumn inspired makeup look. I know it's not warm colors, but for me this can be autumn as well. I love to wear black as soon as the weather goes a little chilly, and I love these like grayish, like stone colors on the lids with this very beautiful metallic, sort of the like 90s kind of a lipstick. I think this goes great with black. If you're wearing dark blue, if you're wearing dark green, this is a full coverage foundation that I have on. I can't wait for you to see everything. Before we get into it, please make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you haven't done it already, make sure you click on the ring bell button as well so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, if you'd like to see how I've created this look, then please keep on watching. I'm going to start by prepping the skin, and I'm going to use this Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Cream. This is a very rich kind of a moisturizer. It leaves your skin very glowy. If you have oily skin, I don't think you're gonna like this. Whatever I apply on my skin, I like to apply first in here on the sides of my face. That's where I am extremely dry. And then what's left on my hands, I'll apply it on the middle of my face, only because on the center of my face, on the T-zone, my face gets pretty oily throughout the day. And you can see now the skin is super nice and glowy, and it doesn't have that greasy effect. It's just nourished. Now the foundation that I'm going to use today, it's probably one of the most full coverage foundations that I have ever used. However, it has an extremely light texture. It feels very light on the skin. And in my opinion, for the cold season, if you have melasma, if you have hyperpigmentation, if you really have problems with your skin, this is going to be a great foundation. And I'm talking about the Jouer Essential High Coverage Foundation. I think I got the whole 50 shades because this is available in 50 shades, and it's not the first time I talk about this foundation. There's a lot of colors. When it's about a full coverage or a medium coverage foundation, you cannot not use your exact shade. If you're using a very sheer foundation, something that doesn't have huge coverage, you can get away with a color that is not the exact color of your skin. But if you're getting a full coverage or a high coverage foundation and you don't get that color right, it looks like a mask. It's a disaster. Now, let's talk about application. When it comes to this foundation, my advice is to apply it with a brush, not with a beauty blender. I feel like with a beauty blender or just any beauty sponge, you're just going to increase the quantity of the product on your skin, and especially with this foundation, it's the last thing that you want to do. You don't want to apply too much. A little goes a long way with this foundation. My true color for whenever I wear no self-tan and I am pretty fair, it's like my natural skin tone, it's fawn. So I'm gonna apply it directly on the skin first. And then with my It Cosmetics brush, this is the Complexion Perfection, I spread the foundation very fast because this foundation sets very fast. Let's see if it's gonna cover this little guy. Oh my god, it did. Another product that has huge coverage is the Jouer, the Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. Even if you're using a lighter coverage foundation, but you still have hyperpigmentation, acne scars, redness, melasma, you can use something like this only where you need it. So you don't need to get the foundation, but you do need a good coverage concealer that you could use to correct. Now I'm going to use this under my eyes. The color that I'm using is macadamia. I'm taking the other side of the It Cosmetics brush as my concealer brush, and I don't get super close to the lash line. You don't even need to get that close. So get all the way around it. Make sure you spread most of the product on this area so that it just brightens your whole face. And then what's left, you bring it up. We're usually dark like right here. You don't need to completely erase the darkness that's going on right here. That's helping you, I promise. Besides, the closer you get with the concealer to your lower lashes, the more your concealer is going to crease. What's left on my brush, I apply it on the brow bone. I find that these both two products from Jouer, foundation and concealer, they're amazing. We don't have to put a stigma on the full coverage foundations. They don't have to look necessarily like a mask. Okay, now we're gonna set the makeup in place. Now this being a makeup more focused, not just for oily and combination skin, but it's more focused on oily and combination skin. I'm going to set the makeup in place with the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This is my go-to powder that I use for oily and combination skin. If you've got dry, dehydrated skin, make sure you check out the tinted hyaluronic powder from By Terry. I told you this a million times, but if you don't want the concealer to look drying and to emphasize the wrinkles under your eyes, you have to make sure you spread it right before you apply the powder. Like spread it with your finger, your brush, your sponge, whatever you're using, and then try not to do a lot of movement. Come with a little bit of powder under the eyes. And don't do the swiping motions, okay? You're gonna disturb your concealer. Hold the brush from the very end. That's when you have the least pressure on your brush. If you hold the brush from here, you're gonna have the most pressure. I like to apply some powder around the nose and also around the mouth. Now I'm gonna go on with this Shade and Illuminate from Tom Ford. And this is in intensity 0.5. Amazing color if you've got fair or light skin tone. I'm using a Sigma dual fiber powder brush, whatever, and F15. Now let's not forget that I did not apply powder at all in this area. Okay, I've only applied it under the eyes. Now, if you have oily skin, you want to set the rest of the makeup with powder using a bigger brush, very lightly. I'll use a bronzing powder. This is from Becca in Bali Sands. And you can tell that this is very loved bronzer. I'm using a Sonia G soft cheek brush. Don't do, I see a lot of women that do on your brush. You might spit it, okay? Just, or if you feel like there is excess. I'm not judging you, okay? I'm just giving you options. Now I have done my eyebrows off the camera as usual, and I'm gonna go on with the eye makeup. And today I'm going to use a palette from Natasha Denona. I find that this Safari palette that is all matte is just the perfect eyeshadow palette for autumn. These are all matte. The colors that I was planning at first to use were the colors on my hands, but then these right here, the first row, just the green and the blue, the Fata Morgana, That's the name of this color. It's just so beautiful. I'm going to start by applying the color Stone. And I use it with a Sigma E35 brush. This is a brush from a collection made by Sephora in collaboration with Sanana, who is a French influencer. This is more of a small blending brush. I would say it's like a 221 from MAC. And with this, I'm taking the color Reno. I apply it in the crease. Now, sometimes if you raise your eyebrows, you're not going to find the right placement for your crease. So the way I would do it if I were you is just tilt your head back and you can see where there's like a little gap right here. Okay, that's the placement. And then when I look at you, you see? And then also you take the same Reno color and you apply it a little bit at the base of your lashes. And then from the end of your eye towards the end of your eyebrow, you go up. And you're gonna create like a little triangle in here. You apply the same Reno with tapping motions right at the end of your eye. Okay. Now we're gonna blend. So we do very, very light back and forth motions. Then take a clean blending brush and blend the edges. Then again, I'll come with the Reno just to make it a little bit more intense. Now I'm taking this Revlon 801 Caviar and I'm applying this pencil right at the base of my lashes. Make sure it's sharp. This is very, very long lasting pencil. And then as I look straight into the mirror, I sketch a little wing. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys, from like one swipe and perfect. Just do little dots. That's what I do. And it really helps. Don't do this. It's not gonna help you. Make sure you get it right at the base of those lashes. In between them. Now with a pencil brush, this is a Sigma E30 brush. I'm going to take the color Fata Morgana, which is that dark blue. Now I'm going to smoke out this black with this very dark blue. It's not really blue. I'm going to take a little bit more of that Reno because I feel like this eye is a bit more intense. I'm taking again that black pencil and I apply it a little bit, like I dot it basically. Right at the base of my lashes, you see? And then I come with the pencil brush and I apply a little bit of that Reno. Then I take this Marc Jacobs fine liner in the color Nudist and I will apply it on the waterline. Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. That nude color on the waterline is going to open up the eye. Going to make it look so much bigger. Extended Play Chica Black Lash from MAC. This is a mascara that I typically use only on the bottom lashes. Now I'm going to apply some falsies, and I'll use these Sweet Lashes in collaboration with Nikki Makeup, and these are in the style Nikki Cluster. I've got some Duo Lash adhesive on my hand. Got the camera a little bit further away because I just wanted to see what it looks like so far. The lips are way too colorful now. Like, I don't like this combo. So let's try. I've applied a little bit of foundation, just what was left on my brush. And then for the lips, I'm going to use these two lipsticks from NARS. So one is Sex Shuffle and the other one is Miramar. When I get too tired, I need stronger lenses. And then on top, I'll apply the other one. This gives me so much the 90s vibe. We're not going to apply blush. We're not going to apply any color on the face. However, I don't use this product very often, but it's like I can't live without Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Palette. And the way I like to use this is by mixing them all. Alright guys, this is the final look. This is my cold season, autumn inspired makeup look. Just because it's autumn, it doesn't have to be those warm colors. I totally recommend this palette. This is probably one of my favorite from Natasha Denona. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Click on the ring bell button so you don't miss any of my videos. You can follow me on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!